It is time for the Milan Derby. Hopefully, I've got this video ready in time and it is today.
No.
However, in reality, it was probably last weekend, but you know, it's roughly around the right time. And in celebration and recognition of one of the best fixtures in world football, we are jumping in with a combined forgotten past and present.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening!
We're going to be making a team full of forgotten past players from both AC and Inter Milan, and building, to be honest, one of the best teams, if not the best team, in forgotten past and present history. Although, to be fair, this is only the third one I've ever done. Now, as I said, this is actually only the third forgotten past and present I've ever done. I did actually record a Chelsea forgotten past and present because of the comment left on my last past and present, and then when I went back, I realised I recorded the entire thing with no audio. So I'm going to have to redo that, so I apologise to the guy who made the comment on last video asking for the Chelsea past and present. It's coming, it just will be a little bit later now because of my own stupidity and ineptitude. But that does leave me on to say, if you guys have any other ideas for teams, leave them down below in the comments and I will do them all shortly. As I said, Chelsea is on its way. I saw a comment as well for Villa, so I'll do a Villa past and present, but was expanding away from England today with a Milan Derby past and present. Before we jump into it then, all I will say is whilst you're down there, you might as well leave a like down below and hit the subscribe button as well. Join the journey that we're on. I appreciate it very, very much. And without any further ado then, let's jump into the forgotten past and present. Big up to the Milan Derby, one of the greatest fixtures if you're a neutral in world football, to be honest. Obviously, of course, I am repping neutral. Today, we are just wearing the Italy kit. That is mostly because I have neither an Inter Milan or an AC Milan shirt, but that is by the by. However, let's jump in and actually have a look at this team. So, of course, as always, before we jump into the actual team, we need to jump into the bench and the reserves. The honourable mentions, as I like to call them. I'm going to start off with the reserves. Now, before we get into it though, as I did mention, this is probably the greatest forgotten past and present we've ever done. I don't know if it will be beaten for a long time. This team is absolutely stacked full of people that I either forgot about or actually just didn't even know played for these Milan clubs. Because they're two of the biggest clubs in the world, their history is mental. Some of the players they've had are crazy. And let me show you some of the strangest ones now. So, starting off on the reserves. We're starting off big with Roberto Carlos.
Damn.
Joined Inter Milan in 1995 after nearly signing for Aston Villa.
What?
On his debut for the club, he did go on to score a 30-yard free kick in typical Roberto Carlos fashion, but he did leave Inter Milan after only one season because the manager, Roy Hodgson, insisted on playing him at left wing when he wanted to play left back. If that sentence doesn't sum up English managers in itself, nothing else will. And of course, being one of the best, if not the best left back of all time, you would have thought he would have gone into this team. However,
It's impossible. It's not, we cannot afford it.
a similar story with Nemanja Vidic. After spending 9 seasons at Man United, Vidic joined Inter Milan at the end of his career. He actually made 28 appearances and even scored 1 goal in the 1 season he spent at Inter Milan before announcing his retirement from football. Diego Forlan, another one who signed for Inter Milan, and he joined them from Atletico Madrid for the sole reason to replace Samuel Eto'o. He did as well manage to score on his Inter Milan debut, but only went on to score 1 more goal in the entire season, and eventually the club actually terminated his contract. Gary Medel, another player who has played for the blue side of Milan. If there are any AC Milan fans watching this video, don't worry, I'll get there eventually. Joined for £10 million from Cardiff City, and I am absolutely certain that is the only time these two clubs have ever done business. But we move from the reserves to the subs bench with Aubameyang, the first AC Milan contribution in this team. Joined AC Milan's youth academy and was eventually promoted to the senior team. However, he never actually made an appearance for the club and was instead sent out on 3 different loan moves. However, the fact that he joined AC Milan when he did meant that at one point in his career he was teammates with R9 Ronaldo, which is just really weird to think about, to be honest. Next to him is a player I had no idea played for either club, Jørgen Strand Larsen. He was actually loaned out to AC Milan's youth team back in 2017, which I literally didn't know was a thing that clubs did. I didn't know that youth teams loaned players. However, from my extensive research, I literally can't even see any evidence that he even played for the club. But as I always say, it still counts. Kanu transferred to Inter Milan from Ajax for just under £5 million. However, his Inter Milan career was somewhat impacted by him undergoing heart surgery, and he couldn't really play much football.
Fair enough.
Sticking with a bit of an Arsenal past and present theme now as we move to Lukas Podolski. He is another one who played for Inter Milan, and he joined on loan from Arsenal during the January window in 2015. In his brief time at the club, he ended up making 18 appearances and scoring one singular goal. Bakayoko actually ended up playing for AC Milan on 2 different occasions. Both times actually were on loan from Chelsea, and in my defence I did know that he played for AC Milan because it actually was a quite recent transfer. However, I thought this man had retired or played in a French 5th division. I did not realise he's still on the game, and that's why he's made it in the team. João Cancelo spent a season at Inter Milan on loan from Valencia and ended up making 28 appearances in all competitions. Ashley Young. After nearly a decade at Man United, Ashley Young signed for Inter Milan in the 2020-21 season and actually played a pretty big part in helping them win the league that year, which meant he was the 3rd Englishman in history to win the Italian league. And that is the bench and the reserve sorted. But we're not interested in who's sitting on the bench. We're interested in the main team. And let me tell you what a main team it is. In goal then, we're starting off admittedly pretty small. I was hoping this man would get a special card eventually, but he doesn't yet. Di Gregorio came through Inter Milan's youth academy, but never actually made an appearance for the senior team, and he was instead sent out on 4 different loan moves all over the country. At right back, we have another Inter Milan representation, Bellanova. I'll keep it completely transparent with everyone watching. No idea who this bloke is. Never seen him kick a ball, but he fits the team perfectly because he did play for Inter Milan on loan from Cagliari. Now moving across to the centre-back pairing, and this is where it gets a bit interesting. Because at right centre-back and left centre-back actually, we have potentially the first ever present players in a forgotten past and present. Normally the whole point is players that you forget played for the club. How on earth could you have a present player in that team? Well, let me tell you. Because we have a right centre-back, Matteo Darmian, and at left centre-back, we have Acerbi. And although these 2 players do currently play for Inter Milan, both of them have at some point in their career played for the other side, for AC Milan. Traitor! Darmian came through the AC Milan academy and actually ended up captaining the youth team, whereas Acerbi actually was signed by AC Milan but didn't even end up playing a full season and was instead loaned back out again during the January window. Moving from 2 current Inter Milan players to a man who's currently playing in red and black stripes. That was a really weak transition. I apologise. But we do have a man who's in incredible form right now, Milos Kerkez. Now this story is absolutely mental because in 2021, Milos Kerkez received a phone call from Paolo Maldini himself requesting him personally to join AC Milan. And when Maldini gives you a phone call asking you to play for his club, you can't really say no. So of course he joined and ended up playing literally no games for the team. What a waste of time that was. Moving into the midfield then, at right mid, we have another Italian, would you believe? We have Willy Gnonto. Spent 8 years at Inter Milan's youth academy, but never actually made it into the senior team and instead transferred to Zurich. And we move into possibly the next 3 best midfielders in any forgotten past and present team. Because we're starting it off with an icon. And currently, because of a brand new Evo, he was a very expensive icon to buy, Michael Essien. After spending 8 years at Chelsea, Michael Essien then transferred and signed for AC Milan, where he didn't exactly make the same impact because he only made 22 appearances for the club. And if you thought one icon was good, why don't we whack in another one?
Another one?
Alongside Michael Essien, we have Patrick Vieira. Now, this man did make over 100 appearances for Inter Milan in a 4-season stint at the club. However, that's not the reason he's in this team. Because before becoming a Premier League legend with Arsenal, he actually played for AC Milan, making a whopping 5 appearances in 1 season at the club. However, 5 appearances is massive compared to who's at left mid. This man is the definition of a forgotten past and present player. This is actually possibly one of maybe 2 players that made me do this entire video. Because at left mid, we have a hero, Paolo Futre. Did this man play for AC Milan? Yes, he did. Did he only play literally 1 game? Yes, he did. But did he also win the league that year? Yes, he did. The man literally made one appearance for AC Milan. He came off the bench in literally the last game of the entire season in the year that AC Milan managed to win the Serie A. The literal definition of a forgotten player. Moving up front to our strike force then, at right striker we have a man who people probably know played for AC Milan, Fernando Torres. Joined AC Milan on a 2-year loan deal from Chelsea and only ended up scoring 1 goal in a whopping 10 appearances for the club. However, next to him is the second perfect example of a forgotten past and present player. Paulo Futre, you may forget, played for AC Milan. This player, I had no idea played for Inter Milan. And I'm so confident, I'm going to give everyone watching a chance to guess. I'm confident that nobody watching this video knows who I'm about to say, so I'm going to give you a chance to guess. I'm going to give you time to have a think. Ready? Please let me know in the comment section down below if anybody at home said Robbie Keane. What? Robbie Keane joined Inter Milan for £13 million from Coventry. I mean, that sentence in itself just doesn't sound real. But it is true, he did play for Inter Milan, even if it was only for 6 months before being loaned out to Leeds United. And that wraps up the Milan Derby, forgotten past and present. Some actual, proper decent players that I didn't even know played for either team. So without any further ado then, let me stop wasting time. Let me whack some custom tactics on to give me the best possible chance, because currently we still haven't won a game in these forgotten past and presents, but that changes today. With the combined power of both Milan clubs, we are winning today. Let's jump into it.
Showtime.
Here we go then. Now unfortunately, 2 of the most iconic kits in the entire world don't exist because EA can't afford the licensing to have the actual clubs. So we've got Milano FC and Lombardia FC. We're going to put the opposition in the other one. They literally look like pajamas, but I literally can't, I can't do anything else, I apologise. But we're not going to let that get in the way as we load into a Man United / Real Madrid fan. Really confusing team that. But I'm confident the Milan Derby has enough combined power to win this game. Oh, he's played it round me. He has played it round me, and Dennis Undav's put him 1-0 up. And the weirdos decided to celebrate.
Scumbag!
Futre, where's he going? I don't know where he's going. But he somehow does. How does he know where I'm going if I don't? Run, Robbie Keane. Send What an awful It's worked. It's worked. You know what? It's worked. Drop inside. Paulo Futre, that was terrible. That was so bad, and it wasn't even his fault. Admittedly, that was not what I meant to do. I did not mean to chop it back to almost the edge of the box, but the decision making from me there was atrocious. Go on, Futre, that's better. That's better. To Robbie Keane. How can I score that? How can I not score that? There was no goalie in the way. Oh my god, Torres. El Nino! I'm the best to ever do it. Oh yes. Oh yes. 45th minute cheese. I should have warmed up before. Now we're cooking. And it's half time. Am I going to make any subs at half time? If I could sub myself out, that would probably be great. Do you know what? I don't think I'm ever going to use this card ever again. I'm going to try out Strand Larsen. And as much as Robbie Keane is the most forgotten past and present player ever, he's also 86 rated Robbie Keane, who's not very good on this game. We're going to try out Strand Larsen because I'm literally never going to use him in any other scenario. Oh, we've got Nonto on this side now. Should be alright. Although, looks very stiff. I should not be calling a man whose first name is Willie stiff. Strand Larsen. Strand Larsen. Oh my god. Oh, I've made such an incredible decision to bring on this man, Jürgen Strand Larsen. He can't be stopped. Literally his first touches of the ball has resulted in a goal. Oh dear. Cover it. Cover it. Kick-off goal. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. You weirdo. Does not count.
I don't know.
That was so much easier for him than it was for me. Go on, Nonto. Go on, Nonto. Look at how stiff he is. Nonto. Doesn't count. It doesn't count. It was a kick-off goal. It doesn't count though. But we are at least winning in both scenarios. Nonto. He's not going to expect to run to the byline and cut back. It's an own goal! Oh my god, it was just so close to an own goal. Go Darmian, oh dear. Oh dear, it's a Cherby, he's not very fast. Darmian's recovered. What a duo. Representing both Milan clubs. What a ball! El Nino is away. El Nino! That's why I spent 200k on him. Despite the new Evo coming out and him costing twice as much as he would have done last week if I'd recorded it then, I had to include El Nino because he's actually just world class on this game. Oh, he's got round Vieira like he wasn't even there. And then I've run a Serbi out.
Yoink.
But Darmian might be the best defender in the game, so it's all good. Go on, Shirley, hold him up for it. Hold him up. Wait for Darmian to come back.
Nope.
There we go, and he's blocked it. Oh yes, Darmian's actually so good. I don't understand how, but he is. Oh no, Darmian. What a human being. His keeper's taking the corner. Is he feeling all right? Blow it, ref. What a performance. The Milan Derby. The Milan combination, I guess. I've ruined my speech there. What a performance. What a performance from the boys in red and blue. Horrible kits, but an incredible performance in those kits. It has to be said. Fernando Torres, man of the match, 2 goals, 1 assist. Jorgen Strand Larsen came off the bench and got a goal straight away. 2 assists for SEN, and then of course Nonto from kickoff, which of course doesn't count. But I am going to end it there. Thank you guys very much for watching. As I always say, please do feel free to let me know down below in the comments any other pass and presents you want me to do. I am very much enjoying these forgotten pass and presents. However, I do have some ideas for just normal pass and presents that I've never done on the channel before, so I might have some more of them coming out in the future as well. And if you want to make sure you don't miss it, please feel free to leave a like down below and hit the subscribe button. Turn on those notifications to get notified when future videos come live. Thank you all once again for watching and always commenting on these videos. I really do appreciate it. And without any further ado then, I'll see you all in my next video. See ya.
Hello, my name's Nino.